Today I wanted to just do a makeup video on using up what we already have. We have so much good makeup that's still good stuff. It's not brand new, but we still need to use up what we have in our collections because I'm sure we all have a lot. So that's what we're gonna do today. This may be something that you haven't seen in a long time, but this is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, and this is the matte version. This has SPF 50, and I really like it because I'm really oily, and I wanted to just use something that's matte and combat some of that oil. With this, I've learned that it gets really heavy really quickly, so I actually just do just a little bit. I don't even know if I maybe use a full pump, but not a lot. I don't want to like cake this on just because it's so matte. It really spreads really easy, and I just need a little. So I just kind of dab it around. I'll show you when I blend it in what I mean, because it doesn't take that much. Normally with this kind of stuff, I would get like a whole pump and like spread it everywhere. But this, I just start out really slow because it can build and spread really easy because it's so matte, which is kind of an interesting formula. But I bet you haven't seen this in quite a while. I forgot to let you know I do have sunscreen on already under this. So all my skincare was done. Put my sunscreen on. I used the Bubble sunscreen, which is one of my favorites. It's really good. It has just a little bit of a tint, but it just blends in so nicely. I use that one a lot. You can see how this just like spreads so easy, and it just doesn't take much at all. I just had those little dots on my forehead and kind of just blends in really quick. Just really simple. So this is really good, especially for oily skin. Next, for concealer, I'm just going to use this Tarte Creamy Creaseless Concealer. I really like this too. This is kind of a newer product, but a little bit older. It's not brand new. I think this really blends in really nice. And again, I don't need a ton. Probably got just a little bit too much actually. So I'm just going to blend some of this in and just show you. It really brightens under the eyes very nicely. And I love creamy concealers. When they say creamy in the name, I feel like they just work a lot better and they spread a lot better and they look a little more diffused and not dry. So I feel like creamy is a really good word to look for when you're thinking about concealer. I just feel like it just works so much better. And even on oily skin, I kind of was nervous about that at first and thought like maybe that's going to be too liquidy, too creamy. You know, but it really does work really well, especially on oily skin. So creamy concealers are great. And that's all I really need for that. I think that looks really good. It just blends in really easy too. I'm going to set with my Morphe powder, something that's been around for just a little bit. This is the pink version. I have a huge hair in it and I'm just going to, oh my gosh, that was way too much. Too much. Just going to set with this. Definitely set. I am definitely baking today, but I mean, it looks really nice. That was just a lot. My little triangle puff picked up a lot there. And I just kind of do it in my T-zones. I don't really mind a little bit of glow out here, but definitely this area, my T area, I need to powder. I get oily really quickly. I can just feel the oil just gone. I can feel the sweat and the, I don't know, the liquid on my face just disappear when I use powder. It's kind of funny. And then I'm just going to use my Physicians Formula pressed powder just to cover my nose like I typically do and get my sponge. So I just dab into that and just sponge right over the redness on my nose. And this is just something I do every day, no matter what foundation I'm using, because my nose like doesn't hold any product. So I got to cover it with this. And this works really well for that. This one is in the shade beige. Sometimes I use a translucent shade if I'm a little bit lighter. So it just kind of depends. But this one works really well and covers that red nose. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use what I use every single day. So these are my eyebrow products. I usually use actually a pomade on my eyebrows and then I go over it with the pen. Today I'm going to use this one, and this is just more of this is spoolie. This is more of like a crayon. This actually came with the pomade that I use, and I don't really use this very often, but sometimes I do when I'm feeling a little bit lazy. Today's Saturday, so I just don't really mind to do my makeup too crazy and intense and glamorous today. So I'm just going to use this, and my eyebrows are tattooed, so I just draw over them with this, which is really easy, and then I'll go over it with the pen and sort of just create hair-like strokes because I have no hair on my eyebrows. So I got to create the hairs and fake them. So there we go. I just have that on. I might just fix that a little bit. Okay, we got that part, and then I'll do the pen and just kind of create some hairs, and then I'll clean it up after. So I think it looks good like that. It's as good as I can get with these tattooed eyebrows and no hair. I feel like this is a pretty good routine I've figured out. Some days when I'm really lazy or I'm just like running out of the house really quickly, I just use this and I just do some hair strokes, and that at least like darkens my eyebrows enough where I look not dead. So I use that sometimes. But then when I'm doing a little more put together, then I use the the base. So I think that looks good. And then I'll just use a Q-tip and just kind of clean up underneath and just make sure that's nice and clean. I don't have weird lines anywhere. Okay, there's the eyebrows. Great. For bronzer, I'm going to use this LA Girl bronzer. This is in Just Because. It's a very gray, cool tone bronzer. This, when I think about using products up that I have and I own, this really comes to my mind because I actually have two of them because they're so good. So I even got a backup and I just love it. It's just the best cool tone, like contour bronzer ever. It's like $4 on Amazon or something. I'll link it below so you can check it out. But look how pretty that looks. It's not orange at all. Obviously, it's a really gray tone, but I just think it looks so good. It just goes on really easy. It's very cheap, you know, like just give it a try if you have a skin tone like mine and you're looking for something to just like contour and sort of just sculpt your cheeks out just a little bit, but you don't want that orangey look. I mean, look at that. It's just the perfect shade. I love this so much. I even think I should get like a backup for my backup because it's just the best shade ever. I haven't been able to find anything quite like this anywhere else. So I go under my chin, go on my forehead, just kind of around making that C, definitely right here. I like to bring it just a little bit closer to the nose. So just a little bit under my eyes, a little bit. Even though it's so gray and cool tone, like you can see it kind of gives a rosiness. So it's not just like stark gray even. Like somehow it mixes with my skin color. I don't know how, it's just like a magic trick. And it just like creates some kind of rosy, I don't know, neutral shade there. Cause see, it's not just like gray. It's like rosy gray. I don't know. I love it. I think it's so good. And then I'll just put a little bit kind of on the sides of my nose just to contour that a little bit. I always talk about how I'm so lazy and like, I don't know, most of us, like we don't have time to do all the nose contour. I just go on that side and then it looks great. Totally fine. This would even be really good for just eyeshadow too. So there we go with that. I just think that's so pretty. It just looks so natural and oh, I love it. I love that. Okay, for blush, I got something else that's pretty simple. This is the Wet n Wild blush. This is in Naked Brown. So I got this because I wanted just to get something a little bit also rosy to put on top of this. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush here and we'll just dab that and get a little bit on my cheeks just to bring a little more rosiness back too after using that contour shade. But still, that contour shade is so nice. This is so pretty and neutral. I'm really into like more neutral, just basic colors on my cheeks, not like the bubblegum pinks, the purples, the oranges. I do like a peach, but I just think colors like this are just timeless, you know, they're just like effortless. You can wear them with anything and they just look good. And it's just like, it's not too hard to try to match it with other things and other products you're using. So those two are a great combo, I would say. This contour with this blush, it's just like the perfect neutral cheek and it's so easy. So love that. That's why I love doing like videos and watching videos like this. Oh, long hair. Where we just use what we have because even finding like combos like that is really cool. And just finding how two different products that you have in your collection can match together and like go really well together. And you just wouldn't really know unless you're using the stuff you have, you know? We're just always looking for the next best thing and the next new product. And sometimes it just kind of takes like finding what you already have and what works together well. You got to experiment with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's a cool idea, I think. For eyes, I thought I'd kind of stay with the cool tone looks and we're going to use this Total Smoke Show Elf Quad. This is really cool, neutral color story. And I thought that it would probably go with my contour that I was using today and just kind of keeping the cool tone going and my shirt and everything. I think this will go good. So I just used that second shade and we're just going to do a little bit in the crease there. This is a really good quad. This is like $3. Really pretty shades. Again, just like really effortless. Just throw it on and it's not too hard. You don't have to overthink it. This lightest one, I'm going to do just a little bit up here just to sort of blend what I just put on. And then I'll do, see, and then I got a little bit of that left on my brush. I'm gonna blend that just a little bit. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna do some of that on my lid too. I'm starting to just really favor makeup that's easy and doesn't take very long. It's so interesting as we age, just like what you think about with makeup and like how easy you want it, how much effort you're willing to put into it. I mean, and there's days that I definitely want to do a lot more and lots more glam, but day to day, I'm just like, what's easy, what's fast, what looks good, but I can just throw on really quick. quick. So it's kind of interesting how that changes. I think I'll use this matte shade at the very end and just do a little bit right on my lid right there. That's like right on my lash line. Just gonna emphasize that and bring that up just a little bit to the top. Not doing too crazy of a look today with this. Just, again, kind of contouring and outlining the eye. I really like kind of grungy looks as well, so that helps too when you just want something quick and easy. If you're going for grunge, I mean, easy to do that. And then I just used that matte shadow right here at the end and just did a little bit underneath. Typically, I talk about not doing cool tones under your lash line because you already kind of have cool tones there that we worked to cover up with concealer and stuff. Just for today, this is the palette I have, so that's only options I have are these, so I'm just gonna use that. I mean, and it looks fine, but it's just kind of more preferred to do warm tones under there and not always cool tones that you've worked hard to already cover up, you know? So I think that's looking good. I think I might just go over with this white one or this lightest shade one more time and go over on my lid just a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna blend it just a little bit with a bigger brush and blend it all together. But again, like I said, I really like grungy, messy looks, so I'm okay if it kind of comes down here. I'm okay if it goes out. I like that look. And then for like some kind of liner, I was gonna use this Ulta Beauty crayon, and this is just the black one. Can't think of what the shade is. Blacklist. And what I do is I put it right in between my top and my bottom lashes and almost like on my eyeball, but not touching my eyeball. And I just run it back and forth on my lashes, and you can see kind of the difference, how it just darkens it in there, but there's no like sharp line. It's just darkened and a little bit messy in there. And I really like that look. I think that just is so super easy and fast. And then sometimes I'll do a little bit up here and bring it up just a little bit on top, just to kind of darken the top of the lashes. But basically I like to just do that little trick, and I think it looks really good. It just looks kind of blown out and smudged, just how I like it. I think that looks just great like that. And then for mascara, I just have this basic one I've been trying to use up. This is the Stila. Oh no, sorry. This is the Grande mascara, actually. I thought it was the Stila one. It looks the same, but this is the Grande mascara. I just got this in like a little trial set. So I'm trying to just use this up. I have several mascaras out that I just kind of rotate through. I think we all do, you know, we're just trying to use up all of them. And these travel size ones are actually really nice. Like they're almost just as nice as the big ones. I'm thinking of lightening my hair. I know on my vlog channel, if you've seen any of my vlogs, I change my hair pretty much in every single vlog. It's either a color, a cut, I do something. I just thought like, I wonder if I got some like hair lightener, which I've done this before, and it's like a hair color remover. Like maybe I should put it just like on this top area of my head and lighten it. Been going through this since I was like 16, but I just get so bored of it. So let me know what you think about that, and definitely go look at my vlog channel. It's Kate Planet. You can see all my vlogs and you can see all the things I've done to my hair. And my next one will be might be cute. Might turn out good. Turned out horrible, I'll just put black on it again. Vlogging has been so fun though. I love doing these makeup videos, and I also love vlogging. It's just, they are so different. It's interesting how different they feel and that they are. I've just had a blast. Okay, mascara's done. I think that looks good. I think I might be about done with that mascara though. It's just about dried out. For lips, again, just trying to use what I have. So I have this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Plumper. This is in the shade Like You a Chocolat. It's just a really pretty shade. This one is the plumper, and so this one has definitely more of a minty cooling feeling, but I love it. I think it's so pretty and just so easy to throw on. Also really cool toned, which goes so well with this makeup. It smells like mint. It's just the best. And look at that pretty color. It's just like not too much, but just enough to like give you some color and look put together. But they're so balmy and smooth and like that thick kind of balm feeling, which I love. And then the minty too. So kind of like makes your mouth and your breath smell good. So love this. These are great. I would really highly recommend you check them out. If you've only tried like the normal balms, the plumper ones I feel like are almost, they're like 10 times better. They have much more color, and they're plumping, and they're minty, and they're just a really good experience. So I would really recommend those. They're great. Okay, well, makeup is done. That seemed really fast. I feel like I just like flew through that, but that's that's the makeup look. I did everything. Thanks for watching. Definitely use your stuff. Use what you have. We're never going to be able to enjoy all the stuff that we spend money on if you don't just stop with the newness and use what you have. Definitely try to mix and match things and see what goes good together too, because you might be surprised. I hope you have a good day. Make sure you subscribe and like this channel if you haven't already. Watch my next video. I'll post it here and check it out, and I'll see you in my next one.